The Seventh-day Adventist Church has a number of institutions and agencies designed to help support and strengthen its work around the world. Today, we have in our studios two individuals that will talk about a ministry, an agency that brings power and energy to the Adventist Church here in the Bahamas. This is Around the Conference. I'm Barrington Brennan, sitting in for Pastor Paul Scavala. And today we have in our studio two gentlemen. First, the president of ASI, Ian Green. Welcome, sir.
Good to be
And
here.
the assistant responsible for mission promotion development, Audley Mitchell. Welcome, gentlemen, to Around the Conference.
Good to be here.
They're going to share with us lots of information that I'm sure will inspire you and help you today. Now, first of all, let us talk about just clarifying again or informing the viewers who are new, what is ASI? It's an acronym. Mr. Green, could you tell us, sir?
ASI is Adventist Layman Services and Industries, and we serve our church in the purpose of bringing together the workforce of the church, the layman, the businessman. Once you are a member in good and regular standing, you can join ASI and you can help in any project that ASI is doing with.
Okay, ASI, Adventist Laymen Services and Industries. It means that members of the church who are not workers of the church become members who are professional, and they form this organization. In fact, my understanding, it's the only organization of its kind connected to the Adventist Church. Yes. Officially. There's no other kind. And do you remember how long it has been in existence?
In the Bahamas, we've been pretty much over 25 years.
Okay, yeah. And I believe ASI started in about the 1940s worldwide at the General Conference. And we're delighted to have you both today. Now, tell me the role or the position of Audley Mitchell. What do you do, sir?
I have a part of ASI called Island Missions. Island Missions is about, very much as its name implies, providing or leading mission work throughout the islands of the Bahamas. We often hear about mission work and we like to think of overseas missions. I'm going to the Philippines, I'm going to China, I'm going to Russia. The mission work is pretty much working with the mission that Christ has given us, and that is to carry the gospel. Island Missions is very much about the idea that Christ's ministry was hands-on. It was physical, it was material. And as much as there's absolute virtue in the preaching of the gospel and the carrying of the message verbally, that it may change our lives and change our attitudes, we must also appreciate the need and the necessity for physical work to be carried out, which is very encouraging when people see something physical, something material happening. So Island Missions is about going to our family islands and in New Providence and assisting with the gospel work.
So how do you do that in practical terms? You formulate groups, establish projects. What you're actually doing?
Well, there are many
what the idea is all about.
Well, there are many projects to be done. There's always work to be done. And there's much work to be done, particularly in our family islands. One of the reasons being that there are less people. Lower population, there's less help, less hands. So we may have a call for a project, say, down in Mayaguana, which is the last place we went. And the nature of the work that would be done would be outlined for us. From here, because ASI is composed of laymen being non-clergymen, but professionals in their own practice, we look at the people that we need to accomplish the work. Find volunteers who are able to go down at the time when the work needs to be done. Organize, have a range, of course, things like accommodations and food and all the rest of it, and then attack the work that needs to be done. Now, we generally look at three phases or three kinds of projects. One directly for the church itself, the church's buildings, the church's buildings that are associated with the church's direct ministry. We look at assisting individual members within that community as well, and then we look at a community project, say maybe an old folks home or that kind of thing, because we have to appreciate that the gospel is about people.
Would you like to share specifically what has been happening in Mayaguana?
Mayaguana is pioneer territory for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the Bahamas. In fact, the church had its first baptism in Mayaguana just this year, 2018, just a few months ago. And that was led by Elder Kenneth Williams and his wife Nikki. They did a wonderful job down there. They went down, did Bible studies, and a number of people were baptized. I think it was 8 people who were baptized. But even regularly, they have about 30 people who come to services every Sabbath and every Wednesday. They need a place to establish as a center, a home, a place to establish to have Bible studies and that kind of thing, a center, if you please, for where the work can be carried out. So we had the opportunity to go down there and do some work on a building that was given to them because of the kindness and love that they showed to the people in the community.
Wonderful.
And we had the opportunity to go and assist with fixing that. But in that, and Elder Green can tell you because he led the charge very much on the work down there, but in that, there was also a member who assisted down there who needed some work done on their place, which we discovered while we were there. And we had an opportunity to go and assist them as well. They had a leaking roof when we were able to.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And I just like to put a little bit of geography in here because we often have viewers on our channel that are not Bahamians or do not live here and that they come across. So let us remind them that Mayaguana is one of the islands in the Bahamas and is literally about 300 miles southeast of Nassau.
That's right.
It's closer to the Jamaica than Nassau. And it's bigger than Nassau, a little bigger, but it only has 400 people living on it.
A little less now.
Or a little less now, okay. And although it has one of the longest airstrips in the world, the U.S. military in the 1940s and 50s for that time, but it doesn't have much infrastructure like some of the northern islands on New Providence. So living there, having a ministry to go there is tremendous because there are people that are there. And so we're grateful to ASI doing its part to strengthen ministry and to meet the needs of the community.
Yes.
Because you can maybe expand on this. My understanding is you're not just coming there or going there doing Bible study and preaching. You're actually doing other things, right?
Yes.
Helping the people out. You want to expand a little more on that? Anyway.
Well, when we go to any territory for island mission, we always do some kind of missionary work in the church also, which means we may hold several meetings, few nights while we're there. We probably host a Sabbath service. So we do other things other than just work on buildings. We actually help people. We work with them, especially in the community and especially church members. We have found that when we visit a territory, many members need help with their homes or something like that. And so with us going to a church function to repair a church, we will end up doing something for a member's home. And that's a good thing. And many times when we are working, members will come and we will be talking with the Bible as we work. So it's a good thing to have more members join ASI, and I am stressing this. The more members we have join ASI, the larger our mission will become.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. So now we are having a powerful agency, a ministry in the Bahamas, ASI, and you just came from a convention or convocation for ASI in this part of the world, the Inter-American Division, which has 4 million Adventists. And so tell us about that. Where was that and what came out of that? How many went from the Bahamas? All of that. Talk with me, man.
ASI, the Bahamas chapter and our union chapter, we went to Cancun, Mexico. We had a wonderful time there. We carried 40 persons to Cancun, Mexico. And the thing about it is when you go to these conventions, you will always find something so different that you didn't expect. One of the things that really captured me was that how workers work in their own business to bring people to the Lord. And there are so many unique ways. You would think you have thought of all of these ways, you could never exhaust them. And one worker said basically he opened his business up to people, and as they come into his business, he shared the word with them. And many times we're so busy with our businesses, we don't care to share the word of Christ with people. But we have some people in ASI, in our division, their business is Christ's business.
Yes.
And so ASI wants to adopt the concept for every worker to realize, every layman, that your work, whatever your job is, it is to share Christ. So even if I'm a carpenter, my talk must be about Christ in carpentry.
Okay.
I must be witnessing to the people I work for. I must be witnessing to the workers that work with me. And sometimes we do forget that we must be Christ-centered in everything we do.
That must have been an inspirational time. And are you saying that about every country in Central America area, from the Bahamas down to northern South America, Venezuela, there were delegates going to Cancun, Mexico?
Yes, sir.
That was inspirational, man.
Very, and we have a few persons that come from North America in our division also.
Yes, okay.
So we would say the entire Caribbean and South and Central America are represented there at our convention.
And maybe right here we should stick in a plug for what's going to happen next year.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, tell us what's going to happen next year in the Bahamas.
Next year we're looking forward to IAD convention coming to the Bahamas.
Yes.
And this will be the first time, and this will be the biggest and the best ASI event ever.
You mean people coming from Haiti, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Saint Martin, Martinique, and Guadeloupe, and Mexico, and
Yes, sir. Keep
to the
naming.
Bahamas, Antigua, the Grenadines.
Yes, sir.
They all come in here to the Bahamas?
Yes, sir.
Wow. For how long? 3 days?
Normally it's 5 days, and some folks normally take a week.
And that's when that's going to be?
It's going to be the third week in August in 2019. You don't want to miss it.
That's less than a year away.
Yes, sir.
So start planning in your calendar to attend. Like this year we had 40 going, now we could have 500 staying.
Exactly.
For ASI, for the Inter-American Division in 2019, what week in August?
Third week.
Third
in
week
August.
and in August of 2019. Adventist Layman Services and Industries is an important ministry of the Adventist Church. And we're so delighted to have you here today. So we're going to take a short pause, and then we'll be back. Welcome back. This is Around the Conference. I am Barrington Brennan, and today our guest is Ian Green and Audley Mitchell from ASI. You have been hearing a lot of information about ASI, Adventist Layman Services and Industries, the local chapter. And I'd like you to get closer to becoming members of ASI. First of all, tell the viewers how many are currently a part or members of ASI.
At this time, we have over 250 current members in ASI organization.
Okay, wow, 250, and your goal is to get
10,000.
10,000, okay. Yeah. And is there a membership fee?
There are membership fees because we have 4 different categories. The first one is the business category of $300 annually.
Annually.
And the second one is the business professional whose salary is over $1,800 per month. His fee is $150 annually. And the third one would be the persons whose payments or whose checks are under $1,800 per month. Their annual fee is only $100 per year.
Okay.
And then we have a retirement section.
Okay.
So folks who are retired, you can join ASI for $50 a year. We've made it eligible so that everyone can be a part of ASI.
Okay, and then now I heard through the ears of mine that there is a discount card.
Yes, sir.
Could you share?
Certainly.
Audley?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yeah. We are a group of business people, working people. And all of us, well, we live in a material world, which I always like to say, because I really believe it. And if we are pooling our resources together, that should generate some kind of advantages for those of us who are involved. And certainly what ASI is about is helping people as far as possible. We believe charity begins at home. ASI has a discount card for participating Adventist businesses and ASI members.
Okay.
This card allows the card holder to go to any participating business and get the appropriate discount that's being offered by the organization.
Okay.
Somewhere around 10% and sometimes a little higher depending on how much the organization is able to facilitate the discount. But in any event, once you are a holder of the card, a member in regular standing gets the card, and the financial standing being regular as far as that's concerned, they're able to take advantage of that discount as a member of ASI at that participating business.
Are you able to give an example of a business?
Well, we want to hold all that for the 30th of this month.
Now you come to that. Oh,
yes, the 30th of this month. We are having here in ASI Bahamas at Walker's Hall on Bethel Avenue.
At Walker's Hall?
Walker's Hall.
Okay.
Yes, on Bethel Avenue.
Now that's that blue 2-story building near the roundabout, or it used to be blue or green?
Well, colors change.
Colors changing, okay.
But yeah, it used to be, I think, blue and mustard, I think, something of that nature. I can't, and don't hold me on the colors because I'm not too good on the color thing. But yeah, they're on Bethel Avenue, where we're inviting the members of the Adventist business community to come and meet with us. And what it's about is we are not demonstrating, but rather telling, explaining, offering what ASI is about and the advantages of ASI. Now, we must emphasize that ASI's primary purpose is evangelism. The Seventh-day Adventist Church only has one mission, and all of its constituent parts must be a part of and focus on that mission, which is evangelism. The motto of ASI, I don't think we got to it in the program, Mr. President, but the motto of ASI is sharing Christ in the marketplace.
Sharing Christ
in the marketplace. Which means that I must speak about Christ, yes, but even in my business practice, my ethics must reflect a Christian perspective. Because I can get over you, Pastor Brennan, with some slick talk or something that you don't see in the fine print, I can't do that as a member of ASI. I'm called to a higher calling because my first aim as a member of ASI, even as a business person, is not profit, but rather evangelism. So we're inviting all of the members of the Adventist business community on the 30th of this month, September, Walker's Hall, to be out for a business meet and greet. And we will be sharing what ASI is about, sharing the advantages of ASI, and sharing the advantages that each person can bring to ASI. Now, the president indicated something about that group called retirees. Sometimes we take our retirees and we push them aside. And we say, oh, you know, they're done, they've done their 40
Mercy.
years, okay, now you sit in the corner.
No.
But what if you sat in the corner? You've sat 40 years of experience in the corner.
Mercy.
That's right.
40 years of talent, 40 years of wisdom. There's no crash course, Pastor Brennan, in experience. You can't get 40 years of experience in 10 years.
Yeah,
you have to do something for 40 years.
You go to school to get 40 years experience. No, there's
No,
no
it doesn't
course.
work that way.
No course that way.
So we want the retirees in because we recognize that their 40 years or whatever their experience is can only bring a benefit, different perspectives, a lifetime of work and knowledge. We want that to assist us in doing the work we've been called to do.
Wonderful. Okay.
That's right.
That's exciting. And I'm so excited to hear about this, the retired folk, because I use the word transition. I am not
Yes.
retiring.
Well, yes, that's a better
No,
term. Maybe we
transition.
need to change that.
Yes.
I don't know.
But the point is that no one is lack of opportunity
Yes.
to give, to share, to minister, and
Exactly.
to empower others. So ASI, you have your work cut out for you.
Yes, sir.
Certainly do.
And I'm sure the viewers are gaining a lot of information at this time. So now you mentioned that exciting event that's coming up. It's called a reception.
Yes,
for
there's a business
Adventist
reception.
Business reception
Yes.
for Adventist business professionals living in the Bahamas.
Professionals, entrepreneurs, we want to include all working people.
Mhm.
But what really is a professional? Somebody
Okay.
who's paid to do a job.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Now, so then that brings up to what's coming next. You're going to have a special day called ASI Sabbath.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell us about that, Ian Green?
ASI Sabbath will be held at Berea Seventh-day Adventist Church on October the 6th, and we're inviting as many persons as possible to come out and experience the vision and the dream that ASI has for its members and for its members to be. Sometimes, we just look at things and we want to watch it for a while, but we believe at ASI that the time for watching is past.
So,
It's time to act. It's time to join. It's time to become a part of. So our annual service at the Berea Seventh-day Adventist Church is going to be historical because it's our second service since we've
Okay.
started this phase in ASI. And this is our networking phase.
Wonderful. That's on Sabbath, October 6th
Yes.
yes.
at the Berea Seventh Adventist Church, Blue Hill Road South,
Yes, sir.
right? And anything special you like to promote about that day? Any unique program or event or activity happening that day? Is it morning and afternoon or just the divine worship? Tell us.
For now, we know it's the divine service, so we're inviting you to come early to get Sabbath school and the divine service.
Okay.
And in the divine service, we will have basically as much as our board at that service. So we want you to come and see all the leaders of ASI as far as possible.
Okay.
And we will conduct the entire service for that day.
Okay. Wow, that's great. ASI is on the ball.
Amen.
And we're grateful for the ministry it's providing. Now, one way ASI has been empowering in the past, but now you're going to research it now in the present, is through allowing the talents and the gifts and the skills
Yes.
of members of ASI to showcase to the Bahamas.
Yes.
That's called what? What is that called?
On the 28th of October,
Yeah.
we have a trade show and fair.
It's called a trade show.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
We
Where
are-
is that going to be?
This is going to be at the former Bahamas Academy campus on Wolf Road. There's a big gymnatorium.
The
there.
H.G. Goldberg.
H.G.
Gym.
Colburn Gym. Yes, that's what it's called. We're going to be right there, and we're going to have our ASI business people displaying their wares and sharing what their businesses are about.
Okay.
We're inviting all and sundry to be there, all members, all non-members, and everybody else who is interested in doing business or getting any kind of service, and we all need them, certainly, whatever that may be, from computers to photography to construction to mission work, you name it. There are so many Adventist people involved in business. And sometimes, as the church is growing, which is a fantastic thing, we don't always know what businesses our people may be in. You know, sometimes we
Yes.
do not know. I may not know Elder Green is a carpenter. I do not know Pastor Brennan is a mechanic, or whatever the case may be. Well, come. We're inviting all of our people to come out, come to the trade show and see what Adventist business people have to offer. And
Okay.
we are asking for your support to be a part of this trade show, because as we trade, we are also trading in evangelism.
So let's appeal to the viewers right now. You're saying if you are an Adventist and you're watching the show today and you have a business or a outstanding skill that makes money
Skill or service, yes.
and you want to have a desk
Yes.
or a
Booth.
booth
A booth.
at this trade show to
Yes.
market your business, this is where to do it.
Yes.
And you know one of the good things? The Adventist, the Adventist Layman Services card will be accepted at our trade fair.
Okay.
yeah.
So
That's
all members will get a discount on that day. So
Okay.
we're inviting you not just to show up, become members so that you can get a discount.
So if you have a beauty salon shop,
Yes.
if you carve by the market
Yes.
with carving, or you're a mechanic, or you're a medical doctor, you have a
Yes.
leading medical this whatever. Many of them you don't know them. So how can they reach you now and they say, hey, I want to be a part of this show? Who do they call? What do they do?
Well, that one is rather easy because we have an ASI website with all of our leaders on the website and their contacts. But for now, I'm just simply going to say you can dial 556-0492. That's my number. And you can reach me.
556-0492.
And
You got that?
also, Elder Audley.
Yes. 544-8274. You can call me.
554-8274.
44.
544-544-8274.
Certainly. You can give either of us a call and we'll be glad to accommodate you.
Is there a fee to have a booth?
Yes, there's a fee to
Yes.
have a booth, and when you call, we are going to give you all of that information about how to set up. We'll also get from you what you may need. You may need electricity, you may need some other service or some other product that will assist you in putting your booth up. We need to know all that. We have a checklist of all the things that you will need to facilitate demonstrating your ware, your skill, or your service. So please give us a call or check the website. And
The website is
asibahamas.org.
yes,
asibahamas.org.
that's it.
That's
asibahamas.org.
Yes.
Go there right now.
All right. Either way, either through calling us or going to the site, you are able to get all the information that you need and come out and be a part of this ASI trade show and fair. In being a part of this, yes, you're demonstrating what you have to offer, demonstrating your product, demonstrating your service. You're also going to be a part of practical, everyday evangelism.
That's beautiful.
And what I want to add as a part of our mission emphasis, you know, we have focused highly on Bahamas Academy because we
Okay.
want to make our school the greatest school in this nation.
Mhm.
We want to make it the largest and the greatest. We're committed to raise $1 million every year for Bahamas Academy. We're committed to that. We will need 10,000 people to do it. We will need that number.
Okay.
We will need every Adventist to put their hands in it because together we can.
Yes.
We also want to, not just Bahamas Academy, but those in collegiate area who are going off to school, we want to do scholarships for them too because we want to help our children to become. And last and not least, we spoke earlier to Pastor Brennan about the needs of the media. And so we're looking into that, sir, and we want to partner with the media at Bahamas Conference, South Bahamas Conference, so that we can assist you in the future.
Thank you so much, Ian Green and Audley Mitchell, to be here on Around the Conference today.
Yes.
I'm sure you have been blessed watching us today and become a part of ASI. You have been watching Around the Conference. I am Barrington Brennan. Thank you for viewing.